What's up, everyone? Welcome to the movie review of Fantastic Four. It finally dropped. If you guys haven't watched it, like I said, I just recently just watched it about maybe an hour ago, so it's still fresh on my mind. Wanted to talk to you about it. It will be a little bit spoilish, towards the end of the film, I mean, the end of the review. So, like I said, I will tell you this is going to be a little bit spoilish. So, if you want, go watch the movie and then come back and we'll talk about it, okay? First things first, some of the positives in the movie. Um, Character-wise, I think them explaining and showing the family, the unity as the Fantastic Four as being really the four core. It did work in that aspect asset. I really liked it. Only thing I didn't like um, was I just wish it was a little bit longer. The movie is very, very quick. Um, it's b beautifully shot. Looks really good. Even the CGI that was in the movie, that was in the trailer, it looks like they cleaned it up for the movie. So some of the shots, some of the action pieces were really, really nice to look at. I did like Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I didn't think I was gonna like him, to be honest with you. I was like, oh, they're kind of dragging and putting Pedro down everyone's throat. But him as Reed Richards, I liked a lot. My favorite character of all of the whole film, as of right now, was Galactic. Galactus was intimidating. He was just overbearing. Just a big presence that you can feel once he was on screen. It was awesome, and it worked out, especially from the first scene where they actually meet him and you see his eyes glow and he's just towering over him. The voice, just everything about that character just kind of represented what he was, a huge threat. And I loved him. And you know what? He wasn't a cloud. He wasn't a storm like in Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. They did Galactus correctly, and it worked to this in this movie. So I really enjoyed Galactus. Hopefully, see him in a little bit more. So they hit spot on. Silver Surfer, the girl was not bad at all too. I never had a problem that she was going to be female. Um, she did a lot more than the Silver Surfer and the Rise of the Surfer movie. Um, and scenes with her, she was okay. She wasn't too bad either. Um, Overall pacing was pretty quick in this movie. Like I said, it was a very short movie. I did like that they used we didn't have to go through the whole setup of them going to space, them getting their powers. We already know. It's almost like the Spider-Man movies, okay? We already know how Peter Parker gets his powers. So and we don't have to see a million times of him getting bit by the damn spider. So I like that they use little clips, um, kind of showing fast forward, right? Fast forward into, hey, this is what happened, and it's almost like it was kind of like a news report of how they got their powers. And they've been they already had their powers for 4 years, which is nice. It's a nice little throwback, Fantastic Four. So they been superheroes for 4 years, protecting and protecting New York and stuff like that. So I did like that it wasn't the kind of same rinse, dry, repeat again. Some of the negatives I do have in this movie, I the guy who played Johnny Storm, I don't know. It just to me, he wasn't as charismatic. He wasn't as uh, like some of his jokes didn't land for me in the movie theaters I was watching. There wasn't a lot of laughs and stuff, especially when his lines and stuff. I feel like some of his jokes didn't land all that well. Um, Another thing I didn't like is just the movie itself was a little slow. There's it's more sci-fi than anything. You have your action sets towards the end, which was really really cool as the climax, but overall, it was all right. It's not a movie, especially coming from like, hey, this is one of the very last movies that sets you up for Avengers Doomsday. It's not a movie that once I was done with the movie, I was like, man, this is gonna be awesome. I'm ready for the next movie. It was kind of something I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, it is what it is. It was okay. I wasn't, ready for the next movie. Now, the end credit scenes is another thing, and maybe it's just that I'm a little, I'm a little Marvel tired, of everything that's happened and the films and stuff and the TV shows and all that stuff. And maybe I'm a little bit checked out of the Marvel movies. But talking about the end credit scenes, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Guys, if you haven't watched the movie, please stop right here, come back, and then we'll talk about the spoilers. Spoilers, two end credit scenes. You got the mid and you got the post. The mid is the one that you want to stay for. The post isn't that big of a deal. You can walk out, look it on online. It's not that big of a deal. But that mid credit scene is very important. It sets up Doomsday or the going into it. And I was okay with it. I wasn't as hyped as I was before in some other Marvel post-credit scenes. If you don't know, or if you do know, it's 4 years later after the events of the first Fantastic Four movie. Uh, the baby's bigger. She's reading. Sue Storm is reading. I think the baby's name's uh, I don't remember the baby's. Uh, I don't even remember the baby's name. Look at that. But she's reading to the baby. She goes to get another book, comes back. Doctor Doom, boom, he's sitting there, has his mask off. All you see is the back of him. You don't see his face, and the kid's touching his face. That's all you see, the hood, and that's it. And they cut it off like that. So that's just, but that's like the big, big reveal. And like I said, it was okay. It was cool, but it wasn't something where I was like jumping out of my seat, clapping or anything like that. No one in the theater clapped too much. It was, it is, like I said, it is what it was. And um, but yeah, overall, this movie was okay. It wasn't. It did get Marvel, I feel like, back on the right track. Especially Marvel movies lately have been not the greatest, but that doesn't say much, really, to be honest with you. I would rate this maybe like a 6 out of 10. And I know people are gonna go crazy, and maybe I'm in that, I'm in that island by myself saying that the movie was okay and it's a 6 out of 10. But I generally think, other than the Galactus part, which was really, really cool, other stuff is just, is easily forgettable. So let me know, guys, down in the comments below. What do you guys think of Fantastic Four? What do you rate them? What is this the best one out of all of them? You let me know, and be tuned and be ready to see some more movie reviews I will be dropping later on this week and next week. All right, guys. Thank